Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 152 of my brand new Comics Haul series, where I show you guys all the new books that I pick up at my LCS every week. Just 5 issues this week. I got one off the stands that I'll actually start it off with, so not a crazy week, but some pretty good releases here. We'll start off with this one, Man's Best, #1 from Boom Studios. I remember they had like an ash can of this a couple months ago, maybe, like, the black and white version without any words, I think is what that is. And it looked intriguing back then, but I hadn't realized it was going to release today, so I decided to give this a try. I recognize the writer. I don't think I've ever actually read anything by him, but I've heard good things. The art style is definitely kind of more sloppy, like sketchy looking art, but it looks like some kind of like robotically enhanced animals mixed in with like some kind of space epic. So I really like the cover. I love the interior artwork. This might be kind of riding off the success of stuff like Animal Castle and Stray Dogs, like comics about animals that have been doing really well recently. It seems to be maybe a little bit of a trend, and we've got that new series Strays that's about to come out by the creators of Stray Dogs. I'm here for it. Pet Avengers is one of my favorite series of all time. If we're just talking about pets in general, that Marvel series. So, not much to say about this. I really don't know much about the premise, but I just thought I should give this one a shot. Good cardstock cover here, also. Next up from Marvel Comics, this is rare for me. I'm a big Marvel fan, but I only have one issue from them this week. All the others are from independent publishers, but this Marvel issue I picked up, Vengeance of Moon Knight #3. This is easily my favorite ongoing Marvel series right now. A really amazing supporting cast of characters that Jed MacKay, as a writer, has been able to build up across his entire run of his first Moon Knight series, which was 30 issues, and now it's been relaunched, but it's the exact same creative team, so don't be fooled. And now that Mark Spector is in a different place now, I guess I shouldn't get into spoilers, but if you've seen what happened in the last couple issues of the previous run, they're kind of left alone now. It's just his supporting cast running the title. And since we know these characters so well now, these characters like Soldier, who it looks like is getting a little bit more of a focus, they're able to run the Midnight Mission, which was what Moon Knight had been in charge of the whole time, protecting people who travel at night. Kind of a cool framing sequence that they've had so far is that each supporting cast member like gets a therapy session with the therapist that's been kind of a constant in Moon Knight the whole time, that used to be with Mark Spector, right? But now they're getting to see her, and we get thoughts in their internal monologue and everything. So like Tigra, Hunter's Moon, and all these characters are getting moments in the spotlight more than they already did back when the series had Mark Spector playing more of a central role. Awesome page of artwork here by Alessandro Cappuccio. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this continues. We're getting Blood Hunt tie-ins coming up, so that should be a big part of this series, since Jed MacKay is writing the main event as well as this and all the tie-ins from ongoing series that he's already writing. And he's going to be writing the new X-Men flagships title. So Avengers, X-Men, he's like definitely Marvel's main writer right now, whether or not they ever like make that an official thing or acknowledge it, but he definitely is that guy right now. Next up, though, we'll move on to Image Comics. I've got a couple issues from them, starting with Cobra Commander #3. I haven't read the second issue yet. I have a huge stack of comics that I got to get to. I've been a little bit busy recently. So Energon Universe is something I have to catch up on. I have the new issue of Void Rivals, Transformers, all this stuff on that side of things that I have to catch up on. So I'm looking forward to just doing a clean read through of the last couple months worth of titles. We have something that releases almost every week now from Energon Universe. We had news recently on the G.I. Joe side of things that they're going to be launching a Scarlet series, and then I think Destro is the name of the other character that they're doing a series for once Cobra Commander and Duke wrap up. So they're just like introducing each solo character that's going to be part of the G.I. Joe team or part of the team of villains, I guess is kind of the idea so far, before they actually have a G.I. Joe complete cast ongoing series. It's really tied in with Transformers. We see Megatron playing an interesting role. I guess who's the main big villain of Transformers in this series, actually. So they're really interconnecting the two sides of this universe as much as they can. And then Void Rivals is just doing its own thing. It's not very connected at all. So I'd say pick up Transformers as the flagship, and then all this stuff is just lead up to whatever the G.I. Joe ongoing series is hopefully going to end up being eventually. Next up from Image Comics, I got Spawn, though. This is number 351. I wasn't planning on picking this one up again for a while because I hadn't been loving the Spawn's Universe titles. At one point I was picking up like all 4 of the ongoing ones that they did for that big launch a couple years ago now, I guess. A lot of those series are like 30 issues in now, right? Like Gunslinger, Scorched, and King Spawn, I guess, are the main 3 besides this one. But as you can see on this little graphic here, a new ruler, a new artist, a new direction. So someone else has taken the throne of hell. I started with number 350 because that's supposed to be a good jumping on point. I still haven't read that either. I've got a lot to catch up on, but they're launching all these new ongoing series along with the ones that we've already had going for a long time. There's a Sam and Twitch series, like a detective themed one that's going to be starting up, I think this month maybe. And it's all priced at $2.99, right? They charge $3 for their comics. And on the main Spawn title, we have Brett Booth, who used to be on Gunslinger Spawn. He's moving over to this main title, and we're getting art from him on this one, which is going to be really cool. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not sure how invested I'm actually going to be in like their big rollout for what they're now calling, I think, the new universe is like the new rebrand for what used to be Spawn's universe. I'm probably not going to be picking up all the titles because in general, I feel like Spawn is better for like its visuals and kind of overarching concepts about like these demons and hell and heaven and everything than the actual writing itself. A lot of the times it's just like these throwaway new villains being introduced every issue that don't really mean anything in the long run. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm giving it another chance. I have more faith in like Sam and Twitch and all those new ongoing series that are going to be rolling out soon, though. Lastly, though, I got one more from Boom Studios. I guess I should have showed this with that other one. But Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 13. This is the third to last issue, right? So we have 14 and 15, and then the series is wrapping up. That's been the plan the whole time. It's taken place across 3 different story arcs, with this one being the last one, issues 11 to 15. That take place across 3 different like moments in the main 2 characters' lives at the end of the world. So it's about their love story, how they grow apart in the second arc, and the third one is them as these like jaded old characters that have been through a lot, have been living in the apocalypse their entire lives, and are reuniting in a common goal to keep out these ravagers from like their plan to destroy the rest of the world that's left. So it's very climactic, I guess. Now this is like the most action-packed the series has ever been. A lot of it for the first 2 arcs is just kind of only our main 2 characters, their relationship, this community that they built up and how it fell apart, but it was a little bit more of a small scale. But now we're moving on to like world-ending threats, and like they have to be the ones to stop the end of the world, whether they should even care about it or not, because it's all gone to hell anyway. So I'm liking it. Nick Dragotta, really great artist. I feel like maybe the colors don't work too well with his art style, because I know in some of his past stuff it's been like a lot more fleshed out. There's a lot more detail, but it kind of feels glossed over maybe with whichever colorist is working with him. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I love this series. It's been one of my favorites. I think I put it at number 2 on my top 10 comics of the year for last year, and it's been great. So I'm sad to see it end. I feel like they could have maybe continued it on for longer, even if the intention was to end it the whole time. I would have liked to see that go like 50 issues or something, if that would have been possible. But yeah, those are the 5 issues I picked up this week. I want to know what you guys got, what you're looking forward to reading down in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.